The moment that a lot of us have been waiting for has finally arrived. The verdict is out on the lawsuit between Norbes and the URL. But it doesn't look like Norbes walked away with the W. Let's talk about it. All right. Everybody calm down. Everybody relax. Everybody relax. It's been a while. It's been a long time coming. URL versus Norbes have been going to court because we all know the origin of this story. And if we don't, we should. The URL forcefully kicked Norbes up out of the program when the URL began to climb in the ranks. They had New Jersey Twerk initiate some type of drama with Norbes, which justified URL shortly thereafter putting out a public service announcement that Norbes was no longer a part of the URL. That happened. After that situation happened, of course, Norbes didn't take too kindly to the situation, seeing as how Norbes feels as if though he single-handedly played a big role into making the URL what it is. This includes and incorporates seeking talent, scouting talent to bring to the URL pool. Over the course of the last year or so, they've been going to court and have been in a case, and Norbes has been, I guess, trying to prove to the courts that he in fact was a business partner and not just a contracted employee. This has been what Norbes and his team have been trying to prove to the courts in order for it to be justified that Norbes is maybe a little more than partner, but part owner of the situation. That's the direction that Norbes and the URL were going down. That's what Norbes is trying to prove to the courts and all this stuff. Just recently, I believe today, the verdict came out. And I want to read the most important part, I feel like, of the 3 pages, because if you guys take a look, it's like 3 pages that they released as far as the verdict goes. But I feel like there's one paragraph here that I feel like is most important, and I feel like helps us to understand why it is, right, that Norbes lost, or it's seeming like he lost the lawsuit. This one paragraph, I feel like, encompasses what it is, or the reason that Norbes lost. And to be completely honest with y'all, I learned something new myself as it pertains to, and right after we talk about this, we're going to talk about what do we take away from this situation? Like, what do we take from this? As far as the BR scene, the battle rap culture, what do we take from the situation? You know what I'm saying? Because there's lessons to be learned from all situations. You know what I mean? So in this paragraph, it clearly states what happened, right? It says here, or what the verdict is. It says here, hold up. It says here, we reject plaintiff's contentions that in the amended complaint, he has adequately pleaded a partnership claim by alleging that he and defendants not only agreed to share profits and losses equally, but did so, and by alleging specific events whereby the parties shared in profits and losses. The paragraphs of the amended complaint he cites, to the extent they mention losses, do not allege an agreement for the sharing of losses. Let me read that one more time, that one sentence. The paragraphs of the amended complaint he cites, to the extent they mention losses, do not allege an agreement for the sharing of losses. Let me read that one more time, because I feel like this is exactly why Norbes lost the lawsuit, bruh. The paragraphs in the amended complaint he cites, to the extent they mention losses, do not allege an agreement for the sharing of losses. Rather, the amended complaint merely alleges in a manner as conclusory as in the original complaint that the parties shared profits and losses on an equal basis. These allegations fall short. These allegations fall short. So what that paragraph means to me, and pretty much sums up exactly why it is that Norbes was unable to win, was because, and this is where I learned something new, right? When you go into business with somebody, there's supposed to be not only an agreement, right? There's supposed to be an agreement, first of all, on paper. Everybody knows this or whatever the case is. So first of all, initially, there was a lack of that, right? There was no contract or paperwork. So they were going a lot off of allegations and oral allegations and things like that. Unfortunately for Norbes in that situation, because nothing was in black and white, you can't just right away prove that, yes, this was the situation. So it came down to, I guess, like oral agreements and things like that. And what was put in the complaint or whatever the case was. And it seems as if though, again, even though there might have been some type of agreement to share in profits on a event by event basis or a case by case basis, that's saying what I just read is that there is nothing, nowhere, it doesn't exist, that says that they were also going to be sharing in losses as well. So partners not only, right, if you're an actual partner with somebody to an actual business, you don't only share in the profits that you guys make. If you guys are actually partners, you guys are supposed to invest equally, divest equally, you get your profits equally, you also share in losses equally. You also share in losses equally, bruh. This is where I learned something new. This is where I feel like we should all pay attention and all take away from this situation, bruh. If we ever plan on going into some type of partnership, some type of business, some type of venture, some type of anything like that, bruh, oral agreements don't count pretty much. You know what I'm saying? Not unless something is written in black and white and also you agree to share in losses. Bro, this is where I was mind blown. I said, what? I didn't even know this was a thing. Like, if you really think about it in reality, it's like, yeah, if you're my partner and we take a hit, we both taking that hit. Like, yeah, in reality, that's what it is. But you never think about it in the sense of, if you have an agreement, there has to be that agreement on paper. We can't, if that agreement is not there, that we agree to share in losses, then we are not considered partners. You know what I'm saying? You guys see what I'm saying? Like, it's so crazy because I feel like after seeing this, I have a much better understanding of how it works when you go into a partnership with somebody or business with somebody or things. People have to make sure that their I's are dotted and their T's are crossed. Unfortunately, in this situation, if Norbes had at some point, I feel like, managed to get on paper at some point in the history that they were going to be sharing in profits and losses, this wouldn't even have gone to court. This would have been a done deal. This would have been like, okay, yeah, you guys owe Norbes this and that's that. Unfortunately, bro, I don't even know if the URL or Norbes was aware at that point. I'm probably sure they probably were, because it's not like somebody's just going to start a business with absolutely no knowledge of things and things like that. But I'm starting to wonder now if even they were aware, like Smack, Beasley, and Norbes, that in order for somebody to be considered a partner, there has to be some type of agreement that says that we're going to be sharing in both profits and losses equally. So that's news to me, bro. That's just a lesson, bro, that I feel like we should take away from this situation, bro. As far as Norbes and the URL goes, bro, Norbes, my heart goes out to you, bro. My heart goes out to you, man. I feel for you. Not because, like, I feel like Norbes should have got it or deserved it or whatever the case is. No, not none of that. Even though he might have, right? The reason I feel for Norbes is because, bro, this man has been utilizing energy and resources, bro, for the past who knows how long to fight this fight. You know what I'm saying? To fight the good fight. And for it to come to such a conclusion. I want to say harsh conclusion, but it's really only a harsh conclusion for Norbes. So I can't really say harsh conclusion, but for it to come to such a harsh conclusion for Norbes, I feel for the man, bro. I feel for you, Norbes. I feel for you. I don't know if there's anything or anywhere that Norbes can take this next, or if this goes anywhere beyond what we've just seen as far as a verdict goes, but it seems as if though the situation that's been going on between Norbes and the URL, bro, it seems like it might have just come to an end, bro. It seems like this might have just come to an end, bro. So there's no more of that when Norbes wins the lawsuit, or if URL loses the lawsuit, or no more questions. There's no more questions to it. At least that's what it's seeming like right now. But again, that one lesson that we should take away, bro, and I feel like we should all take away, because we all growing up. You know what I'm saying? And I'm hoping that more and more of us are becoming more business-minded and want to start doing our own things. And one of the things that I feel like to take away from this, bro, is that to make sure that we cross our T's and dot our I's, bro. Every step of the way. I need to know what y'all think of this, man. You already know what it is. It's your boy Joe coming at you live and direct from the battle.